Hey guys, welcome back to The Conscious Bae. This is The Conscious Bae here. I wanted to talk today about the misunderstanding that I see a lot of people facing and why chaos exists, or just the lack of receiving good outcomes or manifesting what they want in their life. When we see the chaos in the world, first I want to say, how do you choose to respond to it? Are you responding in a way that is reactive? Are you fearful? Are you insecure? Are you doubtful? Are you hopeful? Do you ignore it? I think these are very reasonable questions to ask because it will help us analyze how we are choosing to not just seemingly react to the chaos that we see happening within the world, but how we're choosing to navigate our own lives. So when it comes to career, relationships, love, family, and just personally, how are we choosing to navigate the negativity and still being able to manifest the desired outcomes that we want? Still ride this wave of good, positive energy, not letting certain things affect us. Because when we talk about cultivating peace and having peace, you can't have peace if you're not a peaceful person. You can't have peace if within a situation there's so much negativity that peace can't even reside within that space. I seen this video the other day.
That men do online. We want peace. We want peace. We want peace. Peace is created. It doesn't just happen. So these guys will be coming home late, liking girls' pictures online all day, talking to other people, and then be like, "Why aren't you my peace?" Look, selection and behavior. They're not your peace because maybe she is somebody you chose badly, or you're indulging in behaviors that aren't conducive to peace. Peace is created.
In a relationship, a man will want peace. He wants to come home and a woman be his peace. Vice versa. A woman wants to come home and the man be her peace. But if there's so many detrimental things happening within the relationship, fear, negativity, bad attitudes, insecurity, cheating, lying, how can peace even exist in that situation? Right? Personally, whether you're dealing with insecurity, where you just have anger issues, you don't trust nobody, you fearful of bringing people into your life or taking a risk, or you're not feeling balanced within your physical, emotional, mental, how can peace exist in your life holistically, right? So when I look out into the world and I see so many people operating on a level of low vibrational energy frequency. And I know everybody's talking about low vibration and high vibration and all that, but for real, when you see people operating on a very low level, spewing negativity, bad attitude, cutting people off, cursing people out, speaking loud at the library, popping gum, popping noise, making noise, people just operating from that real low frequency, but then still expecting good outcomes and things to manifest in their lives. I think we have to ask ourselves, how are we doing our due diligence to not be that person? I'm not saying, popping gum and having a bad attitude, but just still, how are we choosing to operate in a world where peace can even exist? Peace can attract itself into our life because we are peace. We have to take personal accountability. A lot of the time, it's the things that we're doing where peace can't reside in our space. And sometimes that means just making the decision to cut things off or ignore it. We might be the peace, but the people around us are not the peace. They don't have any means to be peaceful. So, it's affecting our peace. So peace can't live where we live because we're surrounded by energy vampires, or whatever you want to say. People sucking the life out of you. People sucking the peace out of you. I remember when I went to dinner with my partner, and we both we were having a great time. We went in there, we sat down, and there was a waitress, and she just was having a bad day, I'm assuming, but her energy was so terrible to the point where it could have easily affected our dinner. But we didn't pay it any mind because we were operating at a high level. There's just an understanding that we have that there's nothing that's going to mess up our peace. So we're looking at this woman from, that we are not basically going to get any sort of good energy from her, and just accepting that. We could have easily called management, supervisors, whoever, but I feel like energetically that would have been an inconvenience to us. So sometimes you just have to know what's worth your energy and what's not, and maintain your peace from realizing that there are people who just are not meant to understand or be where you are, and you having to safeguard yourself, right? So when the dinner ended, she gave us a survey, like, on her performance, and I was confused because I thought it was a joke, because she clearly was terrible. She was very terrible. And I gave an honest review. I gave her like a 3 out of 5. But naturally, you can't expect someone, in her case, to give you a good review, and your energy is terrible. I mean, this is, I guess, human 101. But in the sense that in her mind, she might have actually felt like she did a good job, or, she, whatever. And that's why I also talk about the fantasies that we live in. If we're not doing what we need to do, if we're not aligned within the frequencies, if we're not big on our intentions and our actions and how we're, putting ourselves out there, how can you expect any positive outcome? How can you expect, peace? I think harmony attracts positive outcomes. If you're not surrounded by harmony, flow, good energy, people who are self-aware of what they're putting out and how it's affecting others, then those aren't the people you should be around. And if that's you, then you have to do a self-assessment as well. This life is continuous self-reflection so that we can grow and be more so where we need to be on our journey. I've run across so many people in my life of just, whether it's career, personal relationships, and it's unfortunate, but I've had to cut a lot of people off. I've had to walk away from situations that at one point I would have definitely been okay. But I've come to a point in my continuous self-reflection and my growth that I'm not going to allow people to affect my peace. I'm not even going to allow people who are within a situation where I can't control. I'm just going to not necessarily endure, but just ignore how people's chaos and disorder within themselves is going to affect my harmony, and it's not. So you have to be more intentional with the things that you choose to put yourself into, the people that you choose to give your body to, the people that you choose to trust, the people that you choose to frequent around, because everybody is not operating on a high level. Everybody is not within the mindset of wanting to be at peace. There's a lot of people that live on that low vibrational line of survival, just surviving, not necessarily living life in a harmonious way, in the best of ways, in the purest of ways, but just surviving in the sense that, I don't know, they're just here and not trying to do good while they're here, not even for themselves. So you got to be mindful of that. But with that said, I want to say thank you guys for tuning into this special episode of The Conscious Bae. If you are not a subscriber to our channel, please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified for when we upload new content. And also, please visit our website, www.theconsciousbae.co. We have our blog, our merch, and a lot of special things on there, so check it out. And with that said, peace and love.